Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In our lives, we gather information and knowledge by direct experience, by being alive, obviously, by reading, by listening to other people's lectures, by experiencing ourselves certain, situations and learning after each experience. And after that, as a free person, you are allowed, or not even you're allowed, you're entitled to tell about your experience and express it and say, okay, I think these are this and these are not that. And anyone else can say, no, you're wrong or you're right. And you should not give a fuck about it. If you don't want to give a fuck, let's put it this way. Now, if you want to learn about it, you're going to listen. Okay, well, I think it's a pair of glasses. And someone says, no, this is a pair of bicycles. Okay, well, bring your arguments. You know this is a pair of glasses through your experience, through your knowledge, understanding, empirical observation, and so on. So, what I'm trying to say is, after a while, you have an understanding of this world and nobody else can challenge it because it's your understanding based on your experiences. More or less, narrow or wider, depends on how much you expose yourself to knowledge, information, and living your life. Now, obviously, if you stay the whole day, go and work and watch TV, let's say football games and The View, you will not know shit about the world. Or in the meantime, you watch CNN, you will not know shit about the world. But you will be very opinionated. Why? Because people with little information, usually I can't remember how is that a principle, a paradox. People with little information, they have the highest self-esteem because they think they know the most. Once they start learning a little bit, this self-esteem falls the other way around. And then after they learn more, the self-esteem goes up. Because when you learn a little bit more, you realize how little you know about things. But people who are ignorant, I can remember the principle of this. It's inverse proportional. It's not proportionate. You know a little bit, your high esteem is high. Yes, I know that's the way it is. I know what it is. You start learning. Oh my God, it's so much to learn. Your self-esteem goes back. You become humble, and then you learn more and more, and your self-esteem starts catching up with your knowledge because you look around and say, well, those guys don't know shit. I know more than that. I know how much is to know, and you learn more and more and more, and you learn how much more is to know. And you look at these guys who are very much with self-esteem, yes, we know, and they don't know anything. You realize, wait a minute, I know more than those idiots, but it's so much more to learn. So my point here is when you look at one person and that one person tells you something, and through your experience and knowledge and age, you look at it and say, this guy is an idiot, and this guy is a hack. This guy's an asshole. He doesn't know shit. He either doesn't know shit, or he knows and he's lying. Or he just has a worldview of an incompetent human being, which means he lacks information, knowledge, experience, and intelligence. What am I talking about? We have this little article, or at least I'm not going to go through it, from Fox News, and it says, Ukraine is winning, Russia is losing. This is what James Cleverly said. Now, Fox News Martha blah 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 attends the Aspen Security Forum where she sits down with British Foreign Secretary James Cleverly. So this guy is the British Foreign Secretary who says Russia is fragile and does not expect the US to put troops on the ground. We're already talking about this as it's an issue. It shouldn't be even talked about it. But they're talking about it because they want to do it, and they will do it. So the point is here, this guy, that through my experience, I will show you, I have no trust in this. By my direct experience with life and people, this is the guy. Now, you may say stereotyping it, but I don't care. My experience looking at him and meeting people like him with this kind of, eyes and that kind of bow tie or whatever you call it, no, it's not a bow tie, it's just a tie and all that. I look at this guy and say, no, I don't think you know much. And then when I read this, Ukraine is winning, Russia is losing, says this guy, I think this guy is one of those who identify as glasses and they believe it, they are glasses because they say so. I think he's one of those people who are from that stupidity where they think that if they think something or they say something, it is. Like this guy cleverly, I think he thinks that if he says, I am a carrot, he is a carrot. Or if I say, hey, cleverly, I am an apple, I am an apple. He will say, yes, you are an apple. You identify and you believe you are one, you are one. That's the way I think this guy thinks. That is my personal understanding as a free human being through my direct experience in life, knowledge, information, lectures, and direct experience. That guy is a low IQ person, and by that statement that Fox News put it over there, great. I think this guy is one of those people. They're not based in evidence, but they're based in make-believe and wishful thinking, ideologues, like the ones that thought that by imposing the first set of sanctions against Russia will kneel Russia. There were experts, analysts, people with experience, economists working for the government. They say, if we're gonna place the first set of sanctions, the ruble will be dead, the Russians will be done, the economy is gonna be cracked, the military is gonna be all in, oh my God, and Putin will be hanged in the next, week. It didn't happen, and I say, what happened? What did we... I tell you what, it was this ideology of we are the best, they are losers, and this is our ideology. Well, the ideology over here is made on ideas, not on reality. That's why they were wrong. Why they were wrong? Because they brought the second set of sanctions, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the 11th, the 12th, and they still want to place sanctions. If the first didn't work, they put the second one. What does it mean? They didn't work, the first one. And then the third one, the second one didn't work. The third one, the fourth one, the third didn't work. The fifth one, the fourth didn't work. So cleverly, starting from bullets, condoms and helmets, remember, got to what? Juveniles, boom, boom. Then they got to what? Armored vehicles. They got to howitzers, they got to what? HIMARS, they got to Patriot systems, they got to short range systems, air defense systems, they got to long, and they got to tanks, and now they got to airplanes, and they will get to troops. What does that tell you? How in depth they were winning? We've been told since February 24th of 2022 that the Ukrainians were winning. They've been winning all the time, which was a lie. They were winning, but somehow they had to bring more sanctions, bring more sophisticated weapons, more money, more support, because they were winning. My friends, I disagree and I refuse to be an idiot. I refuse to be an infantile. No, they were not winning. Otherwise, you would have not changed and increased the pressure with the sanctions, with the money, with the weapons. So this guy is an idiot. And that is my assessment as a free person, if I'm free, with free speech and free way of thinking and observing things. And look at him. I know that sounds bad, but I worked and I lived, I experienced my life, I went through life, and I think just looking at this guy, no. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.